Here are some things.
All right, and welcome Some Things Podcast listeners, episode 22. How are you doing today? Today we're going to talk about more resolutions, I review Spies in Disguise, and we also talk about more upsets in the NFL playoffs. Today I am joined with my co-hosts, Luke and
John.
And today we have a very special guest in the studio once again. We have...
Kevin.
Woo!
Hey.
How you doing, Kevin?
I'm doing great. I hope you guys are doing all right as well.
Yes.
This is like, it's been a while since we've had 4 people in the studio.
Has
Like,
it?
this has happened like once before, maybe? Oh no, you guys had 2 guests one week.
Yes, we've had...
I forgot about that.
Yeah, we've had John in here before, that made 4. We've had Cheyenne in here before, that was another 4 people
Yeah,
episode.
but we have all 3 hosts and a guest.
Yeah.
And that, I think, has only happened once before.
We would have had 4 last week, but you abandoned us.
Well, I worked. It's not my fault.
Boo employment.
Just quit.
I made money. It was great.
Yeah. All right.
It's fair.
Well,
It's always
yeah.
great to take money.
Yeah, so as we're starting this episode off, Kevin, go ahead and tell us a little about yourself. You know, he actually gave us that sweet, sultry intro right there for the Some Things podcast,
It
if
was
you don't already
beautiful,
know.
Kevin.
It was
you.
beautiful. And hopefully
Very
he'll be
nice.
able to bring some more harmonies to that entertainment portion. And yeah. All right. So tell us about yourself.
Well, I pride myself of just being a really nice person, and every Saturday, if you're going to St. Christopher Catholic Church here in Moreno Valley, I'm there as an usher at the 5 p.m. Mass. And
Nice.
it's really fun for me. I've been doing that for, I think, almost 10 years now, so it's been a great time. Been mentored by some great ushers there as well, and sometimes I have to play the leader role, and I don't mind that. It's not always the best thing for me, but I enjoy that. Whenever I'm not doing that, I'm just trying to work my way through school, and also I have I'm a big fanatic of video games and sports racing and racing in general, especially NASCAR. I'm definitely a huge fan of NASCAR. And I was at the last in 2019 the All Club 400 that year. It was amazing to be there. I was there for a good portion of the weekend, and I got to hot pass so I could like go into the pit road and the garage area just to enjoy that. It was a great time.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Are you still at RCC?
Yeah, just I'll be there a little longer, and then I'll transfer somewhere. It depends
nice,
on where.
man, yeah.
It depends on where I'll be at. I am trying to work my way through there and just get it done, and I'll be on my way to earning some more money soon.
Very
Nice.
cool, Kevin. I can vouch for Kevin. He is a nice guy. He knows his stuff when it comes to sports. A big baseball, football fan,
Yep.
NASCAR especially. And yeah, we have known each other since middle school.
Yeah.
And, And we've known each other all this time. And you're a big part of the fantasy football league. So
Yep.
glad to have you on the podcast.
Yeah.
Kevin.
Which both of you lost, right?
Yes. To a rookie.
Shots fired.
To a first-year player.
That hasn't happened since the inaugural season.
Yeah. Oh, man. Anyway.
Beginners
Yeah.
have all the luck.
Good job, Caleb.
Yeah, if I had the luck, I would have won my first ever season of it. Okay,
Uh-huh.
and I was in Luke's fantasy league, and I didn't do that. I got third in that season, but it was close.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, you know, John, I think for the start of this episode, you have some topics for us to go over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I got some beef with Target and Best Buy.
Beef.
Really?
Got beef with Target and Best
What
Buy.
is it?
Now, Target has been remodeled for a while now, right? Like, I'd say the better part of last year.
Okay.
I still hate it.
Why?
No, it's stupid. Okay, Target is just a step above Walmart. Just a step. Okay,
But it's a big step.
The way they
Not that big of a
remodeled,
step.
the way they remodeled, they're trying to act like they're some fancy department store with like $100 jeans. It's freaking Target. Okay, and on top of that, they moved all their departments. I don't know where the hell anything is in that store anymore. Every time I go in there, it's a maze, and I got to figure out where I find toilet paper or where I find the alcohol. Like, this is stupid.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right?
It's like halfway in between a Target and like a Kohl's.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Nonsense.
It's
Just-
way fancier than it needs to be.
Just be Target.
It's not as good of a layout.
I don't think it's changed as much as like I've like I can like compare the old Target with the new Target. It doesn't look like it's changed as much. Well, the departments I usually go to, it doesn't look like it's changed as much, and I can still find everything pretty easily.
I'm with Kevin on this one. I don't see the issue that you guys are having with Target. Like,
it's not that big of a deal, but it's
a big deal to me.
Yeah.
Like maybe because I don't know. I used to work there, so maybe I have a little bit more as far as the layout goes. But I mean, you got Kevin here. He's had an issue with it. If anything, I have an issue with Walmart because they have the same big kind of supercenter stores. You have one here in Moval, one in Beaumont. And those ones are actually flipped in reverse. The grocery side and the store side are on two different entrances.
That's true, but it's literally a reverse mirror image of it. All the other departments are in the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
It's just on the opposite side of the store. So it's still somewhat consistent. Target is not.
How is that consistent, though? Why wouldn't you just keep it all the same? Here's the layout. Here's where grocery's going to be.
Why couldn't Target just keep it all the same? Why they got to change?
You're the one who has issues with it.
He has issues
they put
with
the
it too.
men's stuff in the middle.
Yeah.
What?
They put the
Wait.
men's clothing in the middle.
No, we did it.
And then
You're thinking of a different Target.
No, the other Target,
Maybe.
the
Yeah,
one off
'cause
of Nason, their men's stuff is all the way in the back.
Right, the back corner.
Yeah, which is where it's always been. So
Okay, yeah,
good
that's-
job for them. They left the men's department alone. But the other Target, where I shop at, because it's closer to where I live off day, they changed the whole layout. I hate it.
And listeners in Hong Kong, you're just going to have to take our word for it. I'm sure everyone else has an idea of what we're talking about.
Do they have Target in China?
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Okay, I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
Now, Best Buy.
Okay, yeah, let's get on to the next one.
Best Buy is a similar beef, but it's different. It's more of a roast beef.
They don't even sell food there. You're saying roast beef about it.
So Best Buy, they changed quite a bit too. But I'm not mad at them like I'm mad at Target.
Okay.
I don't like Best Buy now because everything is so tall. Like the aisle,
Tall?
like the things that all the stuff sit on. What do you call those?
The shelves?
The shelves. They're
You
so
got a tough time calling them
There's
shelves.
a simple word for the shelves.
Oh my god.
they're so tall. I can't see anything around the store. Like it makes it harder to like find things, and like they're putting too much focus on their appliances now, and not much so on like
Electronics.
video
Right.
games, things like that.
So
like,
the appliances being the refrigerators, the
yeah,
washers,
and it's like,
dryers.
dude,
Yeah.
whenever I think of I'm gonna need a new appliance, my first thought is never I'm going to Best Buy.
Right, I
It's
think
like
of Home
I'm going to
Depot.
Home Depot or I'm going to like Sears,
Lowe's?
even though they're closing.
Yeah, Lowe's, another
yeah,
good one.
Yeah.
So that's my beef. Yeah.
Best Buy, they got away from their original game, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's
Like
going
Best Buy, like they haven't rearranged a whole lot, so I'm happy there.
Mm-hmm.
But they've taken a lot out that used to mean so much to me.
on. Yep.
Like
John
video
is
games.
definitely a traditionalist.
I am. I don't
okay.
like change.
You know, you're talking about beef with Best Buy. I don't shop there that often. Occasionally I do if like they happen to have something that's kind of like rare or, you know, whatever, something I'm looking for. But there was one time I went in there, and this is back, I think I was either still in junior high or early high school. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Do you guys watch that show?
Yes.
Do you watch it, John? Kevin?
No.
No, you didn't watch it at all? Okay.
No.
Well, I know Luke didn't. I wasn't even going to bother to ask you. But yeah, so, okay, I went in there, and the final season had just come out on DVD, and so I'm checking everywhere, and it's sold out at Walmart, sold out at Target, and I'm like, crap, I got to find it somewhere. I find it on the shelf at Best Buy. I'm like, oh, cool. And I go to pick it up off the shelf. It was like $80
What?
for just one season, and I'm like, I bring it up to a cat. Yeah.
For one season? That's outrageous.
Yeah, and
That's
I bring it up. I bring it up to the cashier or one of the attendants there. I'm like, well, can you explain to me why this is so marked up? Like everywhere else had it for $30, maybe $40 if it was like the sale had already ended on it. I'm like, why is this double? And he literally straight face looks at me and like, well, this season's longer than the last ones. It had
That's
one.
it?
It had one extra episode. That's it. Like it's not even like it's a big difference. So I'm just like, are you freaking
So the
kidding?
one episode was an extra $50.
Yeah, apparently. And so I'm just like, no. I sure enough, I even found it on like Amazon or wherever else later on. I'm just like, no, I'm not. I don't like. Was it not patronizing or just whatever? I don't like giving them business anymore. Like,
Yeah.
just how are you going to sell something for super marked up value when I can find it cheaper at either one of your competitors or anywhere else? And I was just like, how do you not price match this? Like, I'm showing you here. Target says this, and you're just like, whatever.
You don't like giving them your patronage.
Patronage.
I hope you got it for a good deal online.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm always shopping for deals. I'm like, I don't get why they would have it for $80 freaking for one episode. That was just stupid.
Yeah, Best Buy is idiotic.
Yeah, but so
Best Buy sponsor us.
everyone, all the sponsors love that. we're gonna blast
Target
you.
sponsor us.
Yeah.
We can do good sponsors, I promise you.
Yeah, once they come around to us, once we start getting more and more popular, we get like at least 10 more listeners a week.
That will be awesome. I can't wait for that.
Oh man. So, John, you're talking about how you hated the shelves and the shape of how it like destroyed the stores and everything. What other shapes do you hate? Trapezoids, triangles?
Let's for a minute talk about pizza shape preferences.
Ooh.
You feel me?
I
don't think you know what I'm talking about yet.
Yeah, not yet. We'll have to explain this one.
Please
Now,
explain.
do you guys prefer your pizza slices in the shape of like a triangle, traditional,
Okay.
Right.
or when they cut it into squares?
Ooh.
The only time I prefer squares is if it's a ginormous pizza. Like, if I'm talking like
Okay.
huge
Yeah,
I
party,
get you there.
huge
Yeah,
party size.
Let's,
Yeah.
for the sake of the conversation, talk about a normal sized
sized
pizza.
pizza.
Yeah, a normal regular day Little Caesars, Domino's, Pizza Hut. Yeah, I want my triangles
Yeah,
Why?
same.
Explain. You gotta have a reason. You can just
because it's easy to fit in my mouth.
So is a square, though.
yeah.
You got to go deeper.
But it's just the classic way I grew up with it. Like, that's
Yeah,
how pizza was always cut. Like,
So it's nostalgic for you.
sure.
Interesting.
Yes.
I'm going to go with triangles for a practical reason.
Why?
I like the crust. I think that's a good part of the pizza. And when you do squares, you're going to get a piece in the middle that has no crust.
Yeah, it's just flimsy all over.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
like,
it's easier to hold for two.
That's
Not even
okay,
just, yeah.
That's practical.
and
Good.
if you do triangles, you're always going to get crust no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Now, those people who don't eat the crust, I have no idea why they would ever want their pizza cut in triangles.
It's just bread. Like, I don't understand how
why
like
do
you don't
not
just
eat the crust?
Yeah.
The crust is good. Like
So for you guys who don't eat the crust out there, we now have a beef with you.
Yeah.
Your crusticles.
Come
Hashtag
on.
crusticles.
So come on this podcast and fight us.
is that the phrase of the week? Crusticles.
Crusticles.
Yeah.
I can't decide the phrase of the week because every time I try to point out to Luke that he didn't put one in the episode, and then he's like, "No, you can't decide. It's my thing." So
guys
I'm
didn't have-
not
you
even
guys didn't-
no. You go back on other episodes. It's always happened that way. I
So-
try to say
so
like,
let-
"Oh, hey, let's do this," and you're like, "No, I don't want to."
No, the reason was that it always happens too early. This one too, but I've given up. Like if it happens early, it happens early. So please feel
I'm
free.
not coining anything because I'm
feel
done
free-
paying for
no, no, no.
M&Ms and everything
Feel
else.
free. Well, we're not doing M&Ms anymore. That was a long time ago. We have not
Dang it.
promised M&Ms in
Dang it.
like over 10
Yeah, we
episodes.
changed to Skittles.
I wish
No,
I,
we didn't. We're not. All we're doing is shout out Pride, and even that we'll probably forget.
Pride Week or
Oh my goodness.
Podcast Pride Week.
Podcast Pride Week. Yeah, if you want your name,
Luke does have a rainbow on the table.
I partially wanted to come on here to get some M&Ms, but that's fine.
Yeah.
dude, we don't give M&Ms to the guests.
No, because I had like text you
do
guys
we
a bunch
owe
of
you
those.
M&Ms? Dude, I got you covered. You're
Okay.
right. We probably do owe you M&Ms. I got you covered though.
All right, Luke's
thanks.
got it.
So let me
get you.
tell you from an engineering perspective why square slices are better.
Engineering, huh?
Square. You like square
Engineering.
slices?
Dude.
Wow.
Now, it's not because of crust. I do love crust as much as the next guy.
right.
Right.
Like we said, those of you who don't like
Wait,
crust, we
wait.
got beef
Are
with
you sure squares or are they rectangles?
Ooh.
Let's go with
They're
rectangles.
four-sided objects.
Let's go with
Trapezoids.
rectangles because that can include squares.
That's fair. Okay, fine.
Continue.
I'm still going to call them squares, but whatever.
All right, blockmouth, explain yourself.
Let me tell you why it's better. So, you said that they're going to be flimsy, right?
Right.
If it's a good pizza, the slice won't be flimsy.
Time out. That depends on the style of pizza you want. We can't say good versus bad. That entirely depends on the style. Like a New York style is quite flimsy. A Chicago
Okay.
style is thicker.
I don't
So-
think anyone's trying to get a square slice of Chicago-style pizza. That would just...
That would be
That's
weird.
true.
That would drip all over.
I'll admit that can be a factor that you take into consideration. But before we call it good versus bad, I just want to point out they're different styles.
All right, well, let's
Please continue.
yes,
So let's leave that style out of it for the sake of me being right.
yes, that's how
Mr.
arguments
Right
are
over
always
here
won.
it wants to be right about this
That's
argument.
how I do arguments on the podcast. You
Yep.
should know. You hear every episode.
That's true. Forgotten punchman though.
So let me tell you why they're better.
Okay,
Okay. So it's generally not going to be flimsy if it's a good piece of pizza.
okay.
Sorry, Luke. And yeah. So if it's not flimsy, it's not going to fall all over. When you have a triangle, there's always the possibility of like the front of it because it's so thin, like draping over. Okay, especially if there's like a big topping on the end, like a piece of sausage, just depending on how they cut it, it's gonna flop over. Then you gotta like
Floppy sausage.
Then you gotta sit there looking stupid, trying to like get your tongue to flick it back up.
Stupid. With the sausage on the tip, yes.
With the sausage on the tip. And it's just more of a pain. And the little squares too, mind you. I feel like I can eat more of those and not feel as bad like I just ate half a freaking pizza.
So that's good.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like Like mentally, like you ate half the damn pizza.
But physically, you did.
See, I can counterpoint
It's a
this
mind
square
game.
Like
slice.
you're just lying to yourself.
I know. It's great.
It's great.
He likes lying to himself,
But
apparently.
see, here, okay, you're talking about the toppings and it being flimsy on the triangle slice. If I go to fold a square in half, all that cheese just kind of kernels up and squirts up top, and then it just doesn't sit
That's what
proportionally
happens when you
right.
fold the triangle slice.
No, it does not.
Yeah, it
in all
does.
fairness,
It
you
never
don't.
does.
In all fairness, you don't need to fold a square slice.
Right. It's
no
already
need to.
perfect.
Yeah, but I mean, again, you eat a slice of a triangle pizza, like again with the supportable crust cast. It's delicious, and it fits. I don't know what John's having a problem with trying to get the tip in his mouth. I've never had a problem with pizza slices.
You're good at getting the tip in your mouth? Is that what I'm hearing?
I'm super good at it, man. Are you kidding?
And listeners, we're not going to make a big deal about this. We'll let you do that.
Okay, let me get my word. I don't care if it's flimsy or not. I'll eat it. I don't care if
Amen.
it's flimsy.
Pizza's pizza. Yeah.
Pizza's
That's
pizza.
right. Yeah, we're all united under the roof of pizza.
We all
Yes.
like pizza here.
Good. You guys are still wrong. What else are we gonna say?
Okay,
And Dad, I know you're listening. I'm sorry about the clipping. I did not have time to fix it. So all those little distorted patches. Enjoy.
Yep.
Please
All right.
continue.
So I know we did the whole pineapple discussion before on pizza, but what's your preferred place to go to? Did we cover that before? Like as far as like
Pizza
Domino's,
place?
Pizza Hut? Yeah.
Are we talking like sit down pizza or like takeout pizza?
Let's do a main chain, and then what's your favorite? Like just an actual good place to eat pizza.
Pizza Hut is my favorite like chain.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Well, get out of here.
What do you like?
I like Papa John's.
That's like the worst one.
Oh
No, it's not.
Dude,
It's
shots fired.
universally
No,
liked.
you only like it because he's like a spokesman for football.
No.
Well, not anymore. He's racist.
I
so
did
they
not.
fired him.
Yeah, that's right. Not anymore.
Yeah.
He was terrible in the commercials.
Better ingredients, better pizza.
Like it was just weird. Like he'd pull up in his Mustang and deliver people acting like a celebrity. It's like most of the people don't even know who you are.
It's like, dude, you own a pizza shop. Calm down.
yeah. So like
But now Shaq's the spokesman, so I can't argue with that.
That's
But either
kinda
way, I
cool.
still prefer Pizza Hut with John. What about you, Kevin? Where do you go?
I don't know. I've eaten a lot of different pizzas over the years, and I can't really think of just one. I think if I had to pick one, I'd probably go with Pizza Hut.
Yes.
3-1.
that's outrageous. That's
You
one of my
suck, Luke.
least favorite.
Why?
What?
It's
They invented the
greasier,
stuffed crust.
Yes,
I
dude.
don't care for stuffed crust.
Pretzel stuffed crust. They had that, and it's gone.
Pretzel.
No,
Pretzel stuff.
freaking Little Caesars has that. Let me
Yeah.
say, I will say though, Little Caesars has stepped up their
Yeah.
pizza game
Yes.
the last
They are
couple
for
years.
sure underrated.
Yeah, underrated for sure. Because like nowadays, whenever I'm like, I want cheap pizza, I don't want to pay pizza Hut prices. I'm
Right.
like, dude, yeah, I'll go to Little Caesars.
Yeah,
if you
especially
asked
if
me
you got a
that
big
like,
party.
yeah, if you asked me that 5 years ago, I'd have been like, hell no.
Do you remember when there was like that Little Bambinos craze, where every time anybody got pizza, they went to Little Bambinos?
Because
Yeah,
it was
my
the same
sister
price.
wanted Little Bambinos so much. It was ridiculous.
It's like it was decent pizza, but man, I sure got, tired of it.
yeah.
I'll say that's my least favorite after that stretch of time. So I'd rather have Pizza Hut over Little Bambinos. Little Bambinos sponsor us. Pizza Hut sponsor us.
For our non-Marina Valley listeners, Little Bambinos is a pizza place out here that
Yeah.
sells pizzas for $5, kind of like Little Caesars.
Once again, those in Hong Kong. If I have any friends from Fullerton listening,
You know, I do believe that Little Bambinos too, because I know what Luke's talking about. There was that time where it was just like everyone would go there because they felt that the ingredients were better, the pizza would come out better. But now that Little Caesars, like we all talked about, stepped up their game up, it's not the better place to go. And I think they even
and
increased
they
their
have
prices.
the little portals.
Portals.
No, at Little Caesars, you never
Yeah.
seen that? If you order it on your
Oh,
phone,
yeah.
they have a little portal and you just scan the thing on your phone and your pizza pops out. Like, I don't got to talk to anyone when I
okay.
go in there.
Look, I've been on
amazing.
Little
I don't mind
Caesars.
talking to him though.
I don't mind, but it's like if I
We're
don't have to,
personable,
I'm not
Kevin.
gonna.
We like talking to people.
I've been on the Little Caesars bandwagon for years now. Like I've always enjoyed their pizza, and now they're just getting more inventive with it,
Okay.
and I'm happy about that. But don't get me wrong, even when Little Bambinos was popular, I was still on board with Little Caesars.
Because you like the reheat.
That's true. Yeah, it's better reheated.
Is
for
it really?
sure. Yes, than Little Bambinos.
I can give them that
Little
one.
Bambinos was garbage reheated. Sponsor us.
Oh gosh. All right. Well, let's see. So we had that, and with pizzas, they have good delivery service. But what's some? I don't know who put this one on the list. Who is this? Is that you,
I think
Kevin?
it was Kevin.
What was it?
Driving etiquette.
Driving
Yeah,
etiquette.
yes,
okay.
that's what
you're
I
Kevin.
I tried to transition.
Driving, delivery,
Yeah.
etiquette. Yeah. I got
Well,
Go ahead and introduce this.
All right,
Alright.
so I drive on the road a lot because I have it's like a half-hour drive for me from where I live to RCC,
Okay.
and every time I'm on the road, I see some idiotic driving out on the road. And so what I wanted to do on here on the podcast is I wanted to talk about like what I think is the best way to drive, and don't get me wrong, I'm no expert because I have been in a couple accidents in my life already. So
Okay.
I can't say this is gonna like prevent you from getting in any accidents in the future. And y'all can like chime in on like what you guys might think is better than what I say. But this is my humble opinion on what I think is the best driving possible. So
Okay.
All right, so it might not change your life, but it should be interesting.
yeah. Okay. So I have like 3 different sections on this. So I have like one for just service streets, one for just freeways, and
my
one for
goodness.
both of them.
All
so,
right.
All right. So for service streets, I say when you see the speed limit, you only go up to 5 miles an hour above that. Anything above that, no, do not. That's just wrong. So because like I see some people like driving like on down the street like where the speed was like 40, they'll go like 50 plus. That's not safe whatsoever.
No, not at all.
And obviously, turn signals are on the car for a reason, so use it
Yes.
like all the time. And so when you're turning to switch to like change streets, like turning right, turning left onto a different street, or you're going to like a parking area, you should have the turn signal on no matter what, so everyone
Yeah.
knows about
I knew
what's
it.
going on.
Yeah, you know what's funny about that one? Hopefully, John, I might want to take your thunder if this is the same joke we're about
you
to
can
make.
start.
But it's everyone. We just passed the holidays and Christmas, and like you heard Elf on a Shelf. Now get ready for, and they'll put in another pun. I saw. Yeah, there's a picture online. It's like you've heard of Elf on a Shelf, but have you heard of using your freaking turn signal? Yeah, so I totally agree with you on that one, Kevin.
Now,
Go ahead,
mine's not a
John.
pun. Mine is a disagreement.
Ooh, for
Okay.
not using turn signals?
Right.
Okay.
Now, hear me out.
My dad might have the
You're
same
probably
argument.
still never going to agree with me, none of you,
He's
but
that
hear
guy.
me out. I only use my turn signal if there is a vehicle behind me or like close in front of me. Okay?
Okay.
If I'm like driving alone down the street and I'm going to make a right and there's no cars around, I don't need to flick on my turn signal. I'm not indicating to anyone. I'm indicating
right.
to myself at that point. What's
Okay.
the point?
Well, if there's a person around that might like cross the street or something, they
They should
might
wait
know.
until it's their turn to cross the damn street.
There's an invisible cop who always follows you.
His name is Jesus.
I was about to say that. No,
Isn't it called a traffic camera?
I think they got rid of most of them, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they have those anymore.
See, I can understand the logic of John's not wanting to use a turn signal. When we get to the freeways, I'll talk more about the turn signal stuff because my dad has a counterpoint
well, yeah.
to it.
And when I switch lanes, freeway or surface street,
Well, just Surface Street for now. He's got
let's use
categories,
surface
man.
street. We'll stay with
Yeah.
surface street. When I change lanes, that's another one. I'll only use my turn signal if there's cars close by.
Right.
If they're not close by and it's clearly a giant open gap for me to change, I'm just going to change lanes.
Okay.
All right. So anyway,
Moving on.
so the last thing I want to talk about for the service streets part
Okay.
is everyone should stop completely at every stop sign. I see people like when they get the stop signs, they will like either drive through it or they'll like go like 2 to 5 miles an hour and just go again. I don't like that
Californians.
whatsoever.
Yeah, the California stop. Yep.
It doesn't seem right to me. This is how I learned it when I was in driving school and everything. When I was learning how to drive, so I still use a lot of these lessons myself, and I pride myself in doing that, making sure I'm as safe a driver as possible because I'm behind the wheel a lot and I love like driving in general. So, all right, now let's go to the freeways. So, as for speed on freeways, I say you only go up to 10 miles an hour on the over a speed limit.
Okay.
So the main speed limit for the freeway is probably 65. So 75 is probably the highest you want to go
Right.
on there. Any higher than that is probably pushing it too much. And then when you're exiting the freeway, you should use a turn signal there too.
My what I was talking about with my dad's counterpoint on this, he hates using his turn signal because the second he does it, everyone speeds up to
Yes.
not get it behind him.
Amen.
Yeah. So
I refuse
still
to use it on the freeway unless there's a cop.
Yeah, I still use it, but yeah, it sucks because it's like there was one time where it was actually the one time I got a traffic ticket was I was with Luke and we were going to a Charger game and I tried to get around this truck who was going super slow, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get around him and everything, and then the second I tried to get back over, he sped up to, and I ended up getting pulled over because I had to race him to get in front of him. And it's just like, what the heck, dude? But yeah,
Now, the speed limit, I agree with you, Kevin, that you should stick to the speed limit or 10 miles over. Like anything past that's kind of ridiculous. However, I believe more that you should go with the flow of traffic.
Correct.
If the traffic's going like 85 and you're there going 65, you're going to get yourself killed.
Timeout. Traffic is never going 85.
Have you ever driven to Vegas?
dude, yeah, everything going
Dude,
east.
the open highways.
Okay, that's not fair. That's when the speed limit is faster.
It's like 70. It's like 5 miles.
Okay,
that's
the
still
faster
five
the
over
faster
10.
you go, the bigger cushion you have. So like when you're on city streets, the speed limit is like 35. If you're going 50, that's only 15 miles an hour difference. That's insane. If
yeah.
you're going 15 miles an hour over the speed limit in a 70 zone, That's not that weird.
No, but I mean, like, even freeways around here, like, if, like, there's been times, especially at night when the traffic flow is going like 80, I'm going to go 82, because if I'm going 65, some idiot's going to come and ram me in the back because I'm going too slow.
I don't know, man.
Well, it's the speed limit 65 at that time, because I'll just go 75 and I'll be fine.
No, but the point is, go with the flow of traffic. Like, if you're going slower, you have more of a probability of getting hit because all the other people are going faster.
Okay, I'll be fair. That is something I
earthquake?
did learn. That'll be fair. That was something I did learn in driving school. Is that like when you're on a freeway, you just want to go with the flow and get to speed as fast as you can to stay with the other speed of cars on the freeway. But to me, I still see it as like, if you're driving too fast, that's gonna be dangerous at some point.
I feel like we should address this really quick. That was not an earthquake. If there was an earthquake, we would have heard.
No, but I swear I saw like the walls rattle and there was some shaking going on.
That's probably just Luke.
Dylan got
pressing the
really
wall.
high before we started recording this podcast.
Not yet. That's after the podcast, John.
Oh
Gosh.
my goodness!
For all the listeners who think I smoke weed, I don't.
I don't
There's a
think
lot.
I don't
Take
think
his
any of
word
us
for
do.
it.
So was there more driving etiquette you had for us?
Yeah, so this is for both freeways and service streets. So
Okay.
whenever you're driving behind someone, I think at the very least you should be able to see the back bumper or rear exhaust pipe of the car in front of you when they're stopped. So let's say you're stuck in like heavy traffic on the freeway, you're like stopped. You should be able to see like the rear bumper or rear exhaust pipe of the car in front
That's
of
what
you.
they teach you in driving school.
Yeah, to give you enough braking
Well,
space.
no, well, okay, yeah, because even though I was taught like you should see the rear wheels on touching the ground, I say rear bumper, rear exhaust pipe. That's probably
Close enough to the wheels, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Gosh, yeah, I always hate it too when it's like you're on the freeway and it's like if you are going the speed limit or flow of traffic, John, for you, and like when you're sitting there driving and then someone's still speeding up behind you and just flashing their high beams at you, it's just like get around me because I purposely I don't get myself into the fast lane unless I'm going to pass someone else, but it's like every other lane on the right side of me, I'm going faster than them. I'm not going to get over into the slow lane just so you can pass me.
Right.
There's a clear lane on the other side.
Yeah.
Go for it. Like
For the most part, I stay in the right lane at 60 miles an hour. But I drive a truck that is not very efficient on
That's true.
gas, so that's my way of staying
but
efficient.
that's being a responsible driver. You're
on
doing
the
the
right,
thing.
yeah, I stick in the right lane. So
Yeah, and I still go like what Kevin was talking about, that 5-10 miles over.
Yeah.
Like, but again, it's within the flow of traffic. I'm not going crazy, but again, I don't take the super fast lane because I'm like, if you want to go around me, go for it.
yeah,
All right, so obviously I'm going to contradict John this next one. Always signal and tell you to switch lanes. I know John already discussed this, saying he doesn't want to, like there's no one around him or behind him. But for me, I make it as a habit to just switch lanes no matter what happens because I've always like had that habit like ever since I started learning how to drive because that's how I was taught. That's how I was grown up to do that. And every time I don't see someone doing it, it kind of really annoys me, especially if they're in front of me and they're going slow and then they decide to switch lanes. I had like this time the other day where like I think someone actually did switch lanes behind me or in front of me. They didn't use their turn signal to switch lanes, and then they sped up past me and then went back in front of me. I was like, why? That's really
How much
ridiculous.
time are you really saving by jumping in front of you like that?
Especially because like when we got to the next we got to a stop sign and
Right,
I'm next to him still. It was ridiculous, and I was gonna switch over to that lane and let that person go by, and that guy switched lanes next to me. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna switch lanes, and then you're gonna switch lanes back, and we're still next to each other.
Yeah.
All right, so last one, I say you need to stay behind the car in front of you a distance reasonable enough to make sure you have enough time to stop and not hit them in case they roughly do. So this is why I say this. There was a time back a couple years ago where I was on my way to RCC, and there was a huge line of cars stopped at a traffic light. However,
Who's
That
pinging?
wasn't me. Mine's
that?
on vibrate.
Mine's on silent.
mine's on silent. Kevin,
no, mine's on silent too. I always have mine silent anyway. So anyway,
Was it you, John?
I don't know.
I think it was. Anyway, so back to what I was talking about. So a couple years ago, it was I was like trying to. I saw the huge line of cars in front of me, but then like the car in front of me like abruptly stopped, and I tried to stop, and thank goodness my car has anti-lock brakes because if I didn't, it would be a lot worse.
Yeah.
The front of my car and the rear end of the car in front of me. I tried to stop. It didn't happen fast enough. So it was really upsetting for me that day. I was like really upset at myself to not like see that in front of me. But to be fair, I didn't know that it was that long of a line. I didn't think like that car was stopped so abruptly. I thought I had plenty of room, but that just didn't happen for me.
yeah,
Yeah.
as someone who carries expensive musical instruments and gear in the back of their truck, please leave
off.
some room. You could destroy my life. Don't Don't rear end me, please.
And Luke's license plate number.
Yeah, no. Too many buttons to mute this time.
Oh, man. All right, well, now that we've gone over safety hazards and, traffic violations that you shouldn't do, please obey the rules, be safe out there for everyone involved.
Just fair warning, this will not obviously, they'll help you drive, but, like, you guys could, like, put me back on a podcast and see, and, like, let me know how better you drive lately or something, but this will not always help you out, because I've gotten rear-ended in a parking lot as I was getting out of the parking lot before. It was really weird.
Yeah. Well, hey, we just talked about how to stay safe this new year. Let's talk about. Stop laughing. That was not that bad.
No, that was a good one.
Yeah.
That was all right.
Anyway, so we talked about New Year's last week a little bit, but I wasn't here. I have
so apparently it doesn't matter.
I have a fun game that we're gonna do. Everybody's coming up with their New Year's resolutions. I thought we should do the same. So I've got practical New Year's resolutions. Pay no attention.
That's not what the list says. What
Pay
does the
no
list say,
attention
Luke?
to the list.
What does the list say?
No. Dylan will not win this.
Wait, Luke, is that why you had the Game of Life's wheel over here?
That is why.
Okay.
So let me explain to you how this works.
I still want to know the title of this segment.
Go ahead.
Luke's anal resolutions.
It's supposed to say annual, but Dylan decided to have some fun.
Well, you're the one who put Sprots on like 5 of the freaking topics for the last couple
Did I
weeks.
really?
Yes. I kept pulling open the topic list. I'm like, how did this spell sports?
It doesn't. Anyway, here's how this works. So I looked up online the top 10 New Year's resolutions for 2020,
Okay.
and I wrote them down. And then I gave a practical way we can fulfill that resolution this year. I have the spinner from the Game of Life.
Okay.
So you're going to spin twice. That's going to give you 2 resolutions. You pick one,
Okay.
and I'll tell you what it is. So Dylan, let's start with you. Go ahead and give it a spin.
2.
So you got number 2. Number 2 is quit smoking. Now, none of us are smokers.
Okay.
So here's how this one goes. Smoking leads to cancer. Cancer leads to chemotherapy. Chemotherapy involves hair loss. So you have to get a buzz cut sometime this year.
Have to?
You have to.
Oh, that's not even
Or
that bad.
spin again. I know. You're the
I
best
usually-
one for that one.
4.
Or 4, eat healthier. And this one's a little simpler too. It's not too bad.
Okay.
But learn how and put into practice how to cook a 5-course meal for yourself or someone else.
I'll do a buzz cut. That's
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
Yeah.
probably easier for
I
you.
usually do a buzz cut anyway at the beginning of summer, so that's not even that bad.
Yeah, you got lucky. I'm kind of hoping I don't end up with that one.
So now, well
Yeah, I don't
so
like
are
buzz
we
cuts.
are we taking it off the list now that I have picked them, or are they still on the board?
They're still on the board.
Oh man. Okay.
After hearing those two, I don't want to spin.
Kevin, we will give you the option to opt out since you are our guest. I think it would be rude to just like throw you into something this stressful right away.
Right.
And-
even for your coast, it's a little stressful.
I'm
but-
fine with bugging you guys. Yeah.
Or be brave and spin the wheel.
I want
What
to see.
it-
I want to see what you two spin first.
All right.
Okay.
That's
Yeah. You
fair.
want to hear
That's
more
fair.
options? All right.
Yeah.
So,
So
I had
John-
2 and 4 were the ones that were spun.
Yes.
John, I'm gonna hand that to you. You do the buzzer.
Hope everything else gets
Ready?
spun quick.
That's 5.
We'll give it 5.
Okay. Save money. This one is don't buy fast food for a month.
Oh, that's hard.
That is hard.
Although-
Doable though.
You do have 2. You have another spin though.
Because me and my fiance have been budgeting a lot lately, and
Yeah.
we don't eat out nearly as much as we used to. So
Yeah, well, there you go.
It's,
It's
definitely
kinda
doable.
doable.
Yeah. So go ahead and spin again. That's your first option.
4.
4. Eat healthier. Cook a 5-course. These kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I already do know how to cook pretty well.
Yeah.
So
5 courses.
I could take the easy way out and just make the 5 courses because I know how to do that, or eat less fast food. But fast food, I
Not
don't
just
have to
less.
cook.
For a
Oh, yeah,
whole month.
all of it for a
Completely
month.
no,
Yeah.
No
for a
fast
month.
food. For
No
a month,
dinner,
yeah.
no breakfast, no lunch. Fast food. It's got to be.
That means you're in a bind. You got 2 choices. No, you only have 1 choice. Like, 2 choices. Go to a grocery store or fast. If you're in a bind, no fast food.
Wait, so I could go like sit down at a Chili's though, if I wanted lunch.
Deal. Yeah.
Okay,
Deal?
well, so we'll give them restaurants. Yeah.
I think I'll go with the no. Fast
Yeah, as long as
food.
it's not fast food restaurant.
No fast
Okay.
food.
Yeah,
Okay.
because that'll also save me money because I'm not gonna go sit down at Chili's every time
Yeah.
I want a
Yeah,
$5 meal.
I was like, it'll save you money unless you go to Chili's.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You can't get Chili's to go. That's the.
All right, so here I go.
All right, so no fast food for a month. We'll hold them to it.
Let's see what we get.
Oh, we're actually doing these?
Yeah,
Yes, you actually have to do it.
That's why he told me I'm
What
getting
was
a
yours
buzz
again?
cut. Yeah, I'm
You're
The
getting a
buzz
buzz
cut,
cut? You gotta
yeah.
get it this month, though.
by the end of the
sometime
year.
this year.
By the end
Sometime
of the
this year.
That's
Yeah.
not even that bad.
All right.
It's like I
This
do
year,
that every other month.
Okay, so I spun a 5, which is no fast food for a month, or
Get something different.
6, spend more time with family. This is the 12-hour handcuff challenge.
Oh no.
What?
Handcuffed to a family member for 12 hours.
Your sister's the only one that lives with you, so good luck with that.
Yeah, it would definitely be Peter. I would have to meet up with him on a Saturday or something.
Oh my gosh. That,
Oh, man, that is tough because
Do it. Do it.
no,
this is tough. Going to Cal State Fullerton, it is not
Probably
easy.
eat a lot of fast food.
It is not easy to go without fast food for a month.
Uh-huh.
Like, at least once a week, I'm like, I need to get some food really quick.
You can go to Chili's.
I honestly, I might do the 12-hour handcuff challenge.
You have to.
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
You're gonna have to make sure you don't have to work that day though.
Yeah. I mean, there's got to be one day a year
Or you guys
where
can
Peter
just
and I
sleep
are
together.
both
That's
free.
8 hours.
So you have to, like, adopt Peter from his wife for a day to get that
Yeah.
done.
Is that gonna be possible? She gonna let you have him?
Do it on, like, a Sunday. So early Sunday morning at, like, 7.
He's gotta
start
play
it,
bass.
And then by
I got to play bass.
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh, man.
how about I just do it on Super Bowl Sunday? That'll be the best day. For
Look,
it, right?
if Mike was,
Maybe.
Mike was able to wear a friggin' wig on stage, I think Peter would be fine. He's up there on worship team anyway.
Different story for a different time.
do you even
Yeah,
have
so-
pair of handcuffs?
Not yet. I'm going to have to buy
He's got
some.
fuzzy handcuffs.
I do.
Oh, my goodness. So I'm going to have to get some handcuffs. Peter, I hope you're ready. We're doing this.
Oh God.
Kevin, you want to spin?
We still have what,
How about this?
4
What
more?
if we gave you 4 spins? You have 4 choices.
How about this? Go over the ones that we haven't spun yet.
Okay.
And he can pick one of those
Yeah,
if you
so-
feel comfortable.
So the top of the list is lose weight, get fit, and that means be able to do 50 push-ups in a row
Consecutive.
at some point this year.
Oh goodness.
Work your way up to that.
That's One Punch Man
So
status.
we already talked about 2, quit smoking. 3 is learn something new. That would be knit a scarf for a friend. Learn how to knit a scarf for a friend. 4 is eat healthier. 5, save money. 6, spend more time with family. 7, travel to new places. And this is out of state or at the very least 4 hours away. Arizona is about 4 hours away. So go somewhere 4 hours away, have some fun, and enjoy the day.
Go to Vegas.
Yeah.
I've never been out of California, so that one's automatically off the board for me.
Okay, so
I mean, this could be the year you do
This
it.
could be, yeah.
But anyway,
No.
all right. So moving on. That was 7.
number 8 is be less stressed. This one, sensory deprivation. Sit alone in a room with no activity or interaction, darkness for an hour.
Only an hour?
Only an hour.
I do
That's
that
not
now.
No napping. No napping. You have to be
Oh my
awake. You have to
God.
do absolutely nothing for an hour.
Ugh.
Oh, I don't. Oh, that's gonna be
Okay.
difficult.
sounds
Number 9
amazing.
is volunteer, and that's volunteer to do 3 belly flops.
Oh,
Number 10
No.
is drink less, and we don't have. We don't drink alcohol.
none of us
that
are
much.
alcoholics
So
here except for Jen.
what this
I'm not
is,
an alcoholic, but I like to drink.
this one, you may only drink water for an entire month.
Oh,
That's not
that's
bad.
easy. I could do
That's
that.
easy. That's not
Yeah.
easy for me.
I
would
could.
get tired.
I could do that. I could do that last one because every time, like, sometime. Okay, so it doesn't matter what month it is. Month,
No,
like-
it could be any month, but it
Okay.
has to be in 2020.
Okay, so because like I used to do this a few times during the Lenten season. I would was Lenten Lenten season, yeah. So the 40 days fasting, I would give up something for a month. Usually be soda. So that's
Yeah.
that's the only thing I would give up. So that's fine. I
Oh,
can do
this
that.
means no soda, no juice, no milk, only water for 1 month.
Oh crap.
Yeah.
A little tougher.
Okay. What was
Well,
the,
how about this?
what was the first option again? Number 1.
Lose weight. So that's at some point
You
this
gotta do
year,
50
be
straight
able to
push-ups.
do 50 push-ups in a row.
I don't even think I could do that right now.
I
I couldn't do it right now.
I never had good upper body strength.
Like I figured all of us, none of us can do more than 30 in a row, probably.
I've
Just out in the
I've tried
spot.
to get 30. I've gotten to close to 30 in a row.
Yeah.
I could probably get to 50 in a row if I try. So, but
So water or
I,
push-ups?
I might be able to do 35 in a row right now.
I'm gonna
Maybe.
I'm gonna try to do push-ups. How you back like
You don't want to spin?
no.
Okay, but that's a good goal. I think this will be good for you, Kevin. 50 push-ups in a row at some point. Maybe if we have you on in the future, you can demonstrate for us.
We'll record it. We'll put it up.
Okay.
You got some time to work on it. Yeah.
I can videotape myself.
Yeah,
Don't
if
worry
you
about
can, that would be great. Actually, if you can do that, we'll put you on our Instagram, Facebook, social media, Twitter. We'll put you on social media and show people that you can do 50 push-ups. That'll be cool.
I'm gonna record myself. Like I'm gonna try to do it like obviously not recording, but once I'm serious about it and can do it, I'll record it and I'll send it to you guys.
All right, that means we're all committed to our New Year's resolutions.
All right.
I could do
just
mine
to
today.
recap. Just
It is
to
on the
recap.
record.
John will not be eating fast food for a month.
Yep.
Correct.
Kevin will
50
eventually
push-ups.
do 50 push-ups
In a row.
in a row this
row,
year.
yeah.
I'm getting a buzz
Dylan's
cut.
gonna get a buzz cut. He took the easy way out.
And I'm going to be
That's what I
handcuffed
thought.
to my brother.
And
for
Luke is
12
gonna be
hours.
handcuffed. I think that's the worst one, to be honest.
Yeah, it does. I wouldn't want to be handcuffed to any of my family members for 12 hours.
No,
That'd be
I agree.
Terrible.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. I was hoping somebody would get volunteer because that was going to be such a slap in the
You know,
face.
you didn't say there had to be belly flops on water. It could have been anywhere.
Oh, come on.
Just do the worm. You're essentially doing a belly flop.
I don't have time to write out every single detail.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
where we get you, though, on the
See, but you know what this
Nope,
means,
nope,
John? If he's putting us up to these challenges, and granted he is doing it himself, but still he put us on the spot like this that we have to do it. I think next week would come up with something to him to do.
Oh, I'll come up with something.
Or just for everybody.
We'll
to
make
do.
him eat a whole box of Bean Boozled.
oh my gosh.
Just come in
No.
with an idea
He
that
has-
everybody has to do.
He has to take his dog to school for a week.
I'm not allowed to.
You have to.
I'm not allowed to.
You have to.
I'm not allowed to.
You have
It's
to.
not an option.
If you get kicked out, you get kicked out. That's life.
Kicked out of school?
That's the
life
game
of a,
we just decided.
That's the life of a podcaster. You gotta take risks.
Okay, mister, I'm not eating fast food.
He won't take a dog.
Didn't say it had to be this month. Because I already blew
I
that.
know.
I had Taco Bell today.
It's
So
coming
and
up.
that's
though.
just a 30-day month, right? He can't cheat and do like a
He can't do
short
February,
month of
right?
A
balance.
week here, a week there.
Well, no. I just meant in the sense of February's coming up, and that's only 29 days.
It
I'm
has to be
gonna,
like
I'm
a
gonna give you this
consistent month.
limitation. It's not 30 days. It's 1 month. It
So he
starts
could cheat
the
out.
first of the month, ends the last day of the month.
Go February.
Okay.
It could be
29
February.
days. 29 days. Do
Yeah,
it.
but it has to begin the first of the month. Has to end on the last of the month.
I think I may do February. Not because it's shorter, but because like I have
Because
a
it's
lot
a leap
going
year?
on that month, so I might be able to like.
Yeah, then you and Savannah can
Okay.
still take Valentine's Day to Chili's. It'll be fun.
But anyway, thank you. This was fun. I'm looking forward to see how this goes for everyone.
It's not going to be that bad. But
All right.
I'll let you borrow my handcuffs.
Dylan, you definitely got lucky. Like you're the only one here, I think, who's
Can pull off a
readily
buzz cut.
happy to get a buzz cut.
Yeah.
I would have done it, but I was hoping I wouldn't get it.
Yeah, my hair's not
No.
really. It gets to that middle ground where it's like it's not really good long and it looks weird short. So I'll just buzz cut
See,
it. It's fine.
this is why I don't think it's fair. Dylan's doing something he already does. Like
That's the way the
not
game
a
goes,
challenge.
man.
Hey, if we get 3 out of 4 to vote against him, we'll make him do another one.
Hell no.
All right, I will start the motion. I vote against Dylan's choice to buzz cut his hair. He needs.
It's
to
not going to matter.
I
I'm not
second
doing
that.
that.
Third.
Third. All right, come on, Dylan.
We're gonna make you do 3 belly flops.
You know how easy this is? I can just take I can take the soundboard back home and we will never record another podcast. That's the power I have.
That's how desperate you are to
Oh
avoid
my
this.
gosh.
No, look, we all spun. I got lucky. That's your guys' problem.
Yeah, he did get lucky.
All right. Yeah. So
Very lucky.
So no belly flops for Dylan then.
Hell no.
I'm gonna do 3 belly flops over the summer anyway.
No,
Just
you're
saying.
handcuffing to your
Probably
brother,
not
right?
on purpose. You probably just
No,
do it.
I do it for fun because it is funny.
Okay.
All right. Well, speaking of Luke having spent time with his family, I'm bringing back an old classic. So it's going a little further back. You brought up resolutions. I'm going to bring back an Am I the Butthole story
Yes.
that's involving
Right.
Christmas.
I like it.
All right. So this one's kind of long, so strap in.
All right.
Strap in, strap down. What do you want me to say, John?
Come on.
All right. For the past 2 months, my husband, not my husband, this is the reader. For the past 2 months, my husband was hinting on giving me a trip as a Christmas present. By hinting, I meant he asked me about destinations, wanted to know when I can take time off work, and one time he even said he would take back the tickets when we argued. Long story short, I was super excited. I told it to all my friends, coworkers, and my friends were acting as if they were in on it, hinting that I will be super pleased with my gift and all. Christmas came and I was opening presents super excited because the ticket had to be in one, right? Well, there it wasn't. I asked my daughter if she knows anything about it and if maybe my husband forgot to put it under the tree and all. She said he didn't talk with her. I quietly asked him, where's the ticket? And he started laughing and said, what ticket? I thought he was playing with me and I said I'm sure he has it somewhere just pulling my leg. Well, he got more serious and said that no, there is no ticket. That's where I started crying. I know I should have kept it quiet, but I was sure he was giving me that trip, and it turned out he wasn't. He started saying how he wanted to buy it, but then our common friends didn't have free time to go with us, so he gave up. This made me cry even more, and I gotta admit, I started telling him how I don't care for friends, and why is their opinion more important than mine, and how I always dreamt of getting a trip as a gift. And in parentheses, she says, I always organize the trips that we usually take. After that, I went to the toilet, stayed in there for 15 more minutes crying. I came back to the table and tried to pretend everything was cool, but it was clear that everyone was uncomfortable. In that time, my husband was on his phone actually buying me a trip right then and there because I was so upset before. Clearly, clearly that made me super happy, so I started apologizing to everyone and hugging him and all. And I thought all was well. Well, my daughter said I'm a huge butthole for quote making a scene, and that I'm not a little kid to be crying over gifts. They also said that I'm a butthole for making quote dad feel bad because he clearly spent a lot of money and bought me a lot of other gifts and I whined about the trip anyway. I understand that it was bad for me to break down in front of the entire family over a trip, but I can't really control myself when something is so upsetting. I went to the toilet so they didn't see me crying at all. Am I the butthole here?
No.
I wait. So where was the trip supposed to be to? First off,
well, they didn't talk about specifically where, but again, she starts the story by saying,
a big trip.
Yeah, he was hinting at it. He was asking about all his time off, and even in the story, as she was getting upset about it, he said that he stopped and canceled the trip because the friends couldn't make the trip, and so that's why she got upset. And then he bought the ticket, but then her family basically turned on her, saying like, "Oh, you shouldn't be whining about that. Like, you already got all this other stuff." So where do you guys think it falls? Luke, you said no, that she's not the butthole, right?
No, I mean, like, you can't just, like, wave a treat in front of somebody's face and then take it away and act like...
For months, too.
Months.
Yeah, I mean, like it's a treat, yeah, but, like, you put it out there in front of their face. You don't even do that to a dog. Like, that's cool
Right.
to do that to a dog. How much more to do that to a human being?
Let alone your wife.
Yeah. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Use some common sense here.
Yeah. What do you think, Kevin?
yeah, I mean they're like he's hinting about it and everything, and he's like kind of like making this big big scene about it for like months. So I really don't think she's the butthole in this scenario.
Yeah.
He's the butthole.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? No. Like you said, Luke, he dangled it in front of her. It's like, we're going on this trip, blah, 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 blah. And he pulled it away. And what this tells me, he pulled it away because the friends couldn't go. That tells me he cares more about the friends being there than his wife being there. He's the big a-hole.
Yeah.
I actually...
Butthole.
I think he made a bad decision. I wouldn't call him a butthole, though, because at the end, it's not like he confronted her. He didn't point fingers at her. He didn't get mad that she was complaining. He went and decided to buy a trip. Everybody else in that family, they were jerks.
Oh, right. The sister.
Yeah,
daughter,
like, oh, why'd you make him do that? Like, because he committed to it, basically.
Yeah.
The rest of the family, I would say, are the buttholes. The husband, he should have done it. Like, he messed up for sure, but that was a lapse in judgment.
So he's not
and
even a
he
little
fixed
butthole?
it.
Okay, let's say he's not a butthole. He's just stupid.
Yeah.
He's just
Ignorant, yeah.
Here's what he could have done. Here's what I thought what he could have done. So if he told the wife like, oh, my friends can't make it, let's just make it a second honeymoon, or something like that.
Yeah, like...
Yeah, I'm right there with you guys. Like John said, you know, the fact that the friends became the deciding factor of,
Yeah.
oh, they can't go, so I'm canceling the trip. No, that's jacked up. Like, that's you saying, like, yeah,
it's a
wife,
trip
you're-
with me and my wife.
you're not
I wouldn't
really
have
worth
invited
it
my
unless
friends in the first place.
Yeah, so I think that's definitely a unanimous. The guy's the butthole in the story. So, lady, we don't know who you are personally because obviously these stories are posted anonymously. We're on your side. You are not the butthole in this story.
You did make
Poor
a scene,
lady.
but you're not the butthole.
Poor
Yeah.
lady.
I'd probably be just as upset. Sarah usually makes me cry all the time. All right. Well, with all that being said, I think it's time for us to transition to the entertainment portion of the podcast. Spiky for days. All right. All right. So we should have a pretty relatively short entertainment portion this week. Have any of you guys seen the actual trailer for A Quiet Place 2? They announced it a few weeks ago, but now they released the trailer showing footage. What did you think, Luke?
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're gonna find out, like, what the heck is the deal with these monsters.
Uh-huh.
Kevin, have you seen A Quiet Place?
No, I haven't. I probably should go and watch
That
it.
movie's beautiful.
It's a pretty good movie, yeah.
It's a good one, yeah.
Second one comes out a little bit before my birthday. So which one of you is taking me to see it?
Your wife.
No, I already talked about
It's gonna be a surprise. We're gonna dangle. We're like, Dylan, make sure you have a Saturday off for a movie, and then we're not gonna take you.
right, because Luke's going to have a Saturday
We'll
off.
buy us tickets to Quiet Place 2 and buy him a ticket to like the stupidest movie that's out that week.
I was gonna buy you a ticket, but John couldn't come, so
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I'm definitely excited. One of the lines that caught my attention is when later on in the trailer, again, John, it's maybe hopefully you could see it later, but they end up meeting up with this other guy who's another like stranded survivor. He's out by himself and he's talking to shoot, what's John Krasinski's wife's name? I'm forgetting her.
Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt. Yeah, he's talking to her, and he makes a comment or a line about, like, these aliens aren't what you think they are, or something to that effect. And I'm wondering if this is going to be some kind of infection that spread throughout the human race, as opposed to, it still could have been something that was alien-born, but, like, maybe there's something could be altering certain humans once they get infected.
But the aliens from the movie, and for the record, I have seen the movie.
Right.
You said John. I think you meant to say Kevin, because you
No.
haven't seen it.
No, he meant the trailer. You haven't seen that.
Yeah, you haven't seen the trailer, yeah.
I thought I did. No, I saw the little clip of them walking, and they were like, it was actually on John Krasinski's Instagram page.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I don't think it would be humans infection, because those things look nothing like humans at all. Like,
But again, if it's an alien virus, you don't know how that's going to infect anybody.
but like typically,
I'm just saying.
I don't know, maybe, but I'm doubtful. I am doubtful.
Again, the line just piqued my interest. That's initial speculation. I'm not saying that's where it's going to go with the movie, but that's what I'm kind of thinking and viewing as how it comes down the pipe. But we'll see what happens, because I like the way John Krasinski directed it last time, and I can't imagine he's going to do anything to deliver like a piece of crap like The Grudge was this past weekend. That dude, that thing got, I think, a 19% by both critics and audiences. Like it was horrible.
Jeez.
Yeah. Good thing I didn't go to see it. But the one movie I did go to see over, it was actually New Year's Eve. I went to take my family to go see Spies in Disguise. Yeah. So that's the one it's the animated movie with Tom Holland and Will Smith as the two main characters. And it was pretty good. Overall, I did like the animation. It was kind of unique, kind of all its own. Good effects. I think overall story, I'd probably give it a let's see. I'm trying to think how to describe this, because I try to always remember what our criteria is, and I never have the list open for some reason. But so the music was okay. The actors and everything were great. Plot was, like I said, okay. So I think overall movie great. I'd probably give it a B-. Wasn't the best kids movie I saw. Adam Sandler was definitely a lot better. Not that it's in theaters anymore, but it'll be on DVD soon. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, Spies in Disguise. If you want to take your kids to it, they'd probably enjoy it. So B-. Go check it out.
Nice.
Yeah. And now for the conclusion segment of our podcast. Sports! All right. Well, Luke, you weren't here last week, but I talked about the Lakers dropping an egg on Christmas Day, which I told you I didn't want them to do. They freaking lost to the Clippers again.
I know.
But you know what? Okay, so they're starting to build back. They're getting into the win column again. They're getting the rhythm going. And AD, man, the last game that he played, he dropped 41 points.
Yeah, and then he did 43.
Actually, not even 41. 46 points, I think.
Oh, 40. I thought it was 43.
I think it was 43, actually.
Yeah, he dropped a monster on him.
Yeah.
He was a beast that game. And what was kind of hilarious, I talked about the Clippers beating us, which I'm still upset about. Granted, they lost to the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies have a losing record. It's like 13-22, or went to 14-22 after they beat the Clippers. I'm like, guys,
it was a blowout.
Yeah, it was 140 to 114 or something like that.
Yeah, it was.
Like, guys, how do you choke that? Like, I don't. This way, it's hard to understand. I'm like, okay, you beat a top-notch team, and obviously beating the Lakers. I'll give them that victory. But then they go and lose to the Grizzlies, who have a losing record. Like, oh my gosh,
it's not just the Clippers that lost to a team that has a losing record. The Mavericks also lost last night too to the Charlotte Hornets in overtime.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm glad. I think the Mavericks, we have 2-1 as far as the overall season goes on them. We beat them in Dallas, and then they beat us, and then we beat them again when they came to visit us in LA. So we're like back and forth. And again, I'm just hoping we can stay healthy, because again, I was talking to John. My concern is that I don't want the Lakers to be a team that only beats up on bad teams, and our record looks great because of it, almost like how the Cowboys did this season. Sorry,
right.
but yeah, it's like I want them to stay consistent, get in the playoffs, and obviously win the championship, because that's what it's all about. But
they had the Detroit Pistons tonight on the Sunday night, so that should be an easy win.
Yeah, hopefully. You never know. But at any given Sunday, right? That's the whole rule in football.
Yeah.
But yeah, so speaking of football, dude, we have witnessed a miracle. After a past...
Is it a miracle, though?
I call it a miracle. I call it a lovely victory.
Very
because
happy.
after a decade of domination from the Patriots dynasty, they are knocked out in Wild Card Weekend by the Tennessee Titans. Thank you, Tannehill. Thank you, Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry,
No,
not
no,
Tannehill.
no. Know what you're really thinking? The Miami Dolphins for beating them in Week 17.
Yes. Oh my gosh, the Dolphins gave the Chiefs the bye week, and then we can also thank Brady because his potentially his last throw as a Patriot was a pick six.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Can we
man.
note how bitter Luke is right now? This whole time since Dylan started talking about the Patriots, he's
just-
been picking something at the
He's
wall
twitching.
and just
He's like
staring at
angry.
it.
He is such a huge Tom Brady fan.
I don't like it. No, in all honesty, though, it's kind of what should have happened. Like whether it was
We
this
did
week
expect it to happen,
or next
yes.
week, they were not a Super Bowl team. So
No, they were showing signs of weakness, and like I said, there's just like the offense wasn't clicking. The defense was showing signs of like bad defense against the rush, which Derrick Henry had the rushing title. So yeah, they didn't do anything to stop him, dude.
if the season started over today, they would not make the playoffs.
No, not at all.
They are not a playoff-worthy team.
They literally sealed their fate when they lost to Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So 2 losses in a row, one to the Dolphins, the other to the Titans.
Yeah.
They're not a playoff team. They're not real.
Yeah.
So
You know what's funny about all this though? I was watching the game at my parents' house, and my dad, he was like so distraught, like because I was sitting there ecstatic. I was happy the Patriots got knocked out because now I can watch the Super Bowl and be happy about it. He got so sad. He's like, I love Tom Brady so much. He's just a great quarterback. After seeing him come back against Atlanta, he's got respect, nothing but respect for me the whole in his entire career. And I told him, I said like, well, there's speculation that he might come to the Chargers in this offseason, like he could get traded or bought out by him. And he's like, no, I don't want him coming to LA. I don't want him coming to the Chargers. I'm like, what? You just said that you love the guy. He's such a great quarterback. But then on the other hand, he's like, I don't want him coming to my team. Like, what the heck, dude? Like, make up I'm like, make up your mind about it. But and I already told you, Luke, if he comes to the Chargers and gives them their first ever Super Bowl win,
it's all on Belichick.
I'm just like, it's done. It's like, I'll give Tom Brady the respect, but only if he can accomplish that. Like,
Yeah.
I would rather see Tom Brady just retire as a Patriot because that's where he's been his entire career. That's where he started with. That's who he should end with, no matter what happens. Even if it's like, I don't want to see him switch teams, but if he does, the day he decides to hang it up, get a one-day contract Patriots and retire with that team.
Well,
because that's where you
Right,
always were.
yeah.
Well, again,
All of
we
Vladimir
know
Guerrero.
he doesn't want to retire. He said that in the post-game interviews after the wild card matchup. But again, Belichick has wanted to move on for so long. And it's like something's inevitable. And again, with him, we talked about this earlier on in the season. He already sold his house. Him and his trainer are like looking to move back out to California. All this stuff. So it's like all the signs are pointing to him coming out here. I highly doubt he's going to go to San Francisco after the season they just put up, getting the number 1 seed in the NFC.
They've got Garoppolo. They're happy.
Yeah, I can't imagine that. Again, if if he does come out to LA, the Chargers I think would be a top prospect for him.
Okay, if he comes to the Chargers and gets us our first Super Bowl,
Like I said,
he is the greatest quarterback of all time.
7 rings. I won't argue anymore.
To get a Super Bowl ring with the Chargers, that's a feat in itself.
Consider-
Combined with all the other stuff, that's like, okay.
Yeah, so I wouldn't complain. And there's already speculation Rivers might actually sign with the Tennessee Titans because, again, they're not sold on Tannehill being the starter. And he kind of almost cost him the game with a few turnovers.
Here's what's interesting. Belichick likes Tannehill.
Ooh.
It's like this weird little quarterback love triangle.
That'd be weird. I
Yeah.
can't see Tannehill with the Patriots. Though. I don't think they'd get as many wins. I would rather just either draft another quarterback or pick someone else up. I don't think the Patriots need to get Tannehill.
No, they definitely don't.
Okay, here's what I want to say about the Chargers though. Have they even made it to the Super Bowl before?
They have.
What year was that?
95?
It was against
93?
the 49ers.
Yeah, it was. I know it was.
So against Joe Montana then? Or is it like later on?
I don't know if it was Montana or Young, but I think Doug Flutie was the quarterback at the time. So I want to say it was in the 90s. It wasn't anything in this recent couple decades in the 2000s.
Bottom line, I wasn't born, and they lost.
Yeah.
And I was barely
I wasn't born either. I wasn't born either. Luke.
Yeah.
I'm the
Don't
grandpa
forget
here on the podcast.
Grandpa Dylan.
But yeah. All right. Well, all that being said, so they got knocked out. That was an upset. And then the Saints. We just witnessed the Saints get knocked out by the friggin' Vikings, dude, in overtime.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man, Breeze. They were marching. They should have had the lead, and Breeze had a costly fumble. It was his first of the season, and that turned the game around because the Vikings were able to go down. I don't know if they scored, but again, they kept the Saints from scoring a game-winning touchdown in regulation. And man, dude, that was so disheartening because I was hoping the Saints could go on and win it, but it's still not their season. Sorry,
For
guys.
all of you who do the fantasy football playoff challenge, I'm mourning with you.
Yep.
My entire team is gone with the exception of 2 players from the Ravens.
Yeah.
What? Wow, that's crazy. You went all Saints?
I did. I thought they would go to the Super Bowl.
I
did too.
went all Ravens and 49ers.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'm screwed.
Now that the refs are already in the 49ers pockets.
Okay.
Well, look, okay, like I said, after that, the last regular season game where it was a Sunday night game, Seahawks had a blatant pass interference that should have been called to give them a first down at the 1 yard line.
But that's not the first time that's happened.
But even
Like, if
I'm
that
just
was the
saying,
first
man.
time that happened this season, I would be like, oh, that's suspicious. But that's been happening all season long. All
it
we've
cost-
talked about is how bad the refs are.
Yeah, but again, I'm just saying it costs seeding. The Saints could have got a second seed and a first round bye, but no. Instead, they played wild card week and lost to the Vikings. Frick, man! And the Vikings,
Good
the
topic
Vikings are
for
gonna,
next week.
The Vikings are going to get thrashed by the 49ers. That's already set in stone because they are the 6th seed going to play the first. But we'll get into that in a second.
Speaking of bad refs, though, I'm reading this article here that says that touchdown pass that Kirk Cousins threw Kyle Rudolph they should have thrown a offense pass interference call.
Yeah, me and John were looking at it as you were walking in the house because again, there was a fully extended arm and there was no flag yet again. So it's all over the
So
place.
the Saints got screwed by pass interference for a second year in a row.
Again, yeah.
Yeah, poor Saints. Maybe it'll work out next year.
Oh, no.
Only got to wait a whole other year for it.
They
But-
got fans. I'm not sorry for them.
All right.
Like, we don't have fans. When something like that happens to us, it hurts.
Yeah.
All right. So I've also seen that as we're like recording this podcast, the Seahawks versus Eagles game is going on right now. Carson Wentz has gotten injured in this game.
Oh,
Wow.
Concussion.
They don't have Nick Foles to fall back on.
They're playing Josh McCown.
oh no.
How old is he now?
I don't know.
Josh McOld.
He's got to be like right
He's
around
probably
Rivers
close. He's
and
probably
Breeze.
close to. Yeah, he's probably close to 40 at this point. So
man.
he's probably washed up.
He's retired how many times?
I don't know.
Not enough.
Oh man.
All right. Well, now, all that being wrapped up, we're going to get into predictions because that's where we're going to end this podcast. We have two AFC games next week. You're going to have the Tennessee Titans visiting the Baltimore Ravens. Luke, initial reactions. Who do you think's getting the win there?
Baltimore.
Of course.
Why would anybody vote against, expect anything other than a Baltimore victory?
Yeah, because it's funny. Even if the Titans try to stop the run, Lamar Jackson can still pass. For as much as people want to say he's a running back quarterback, no, he's a great quarterback.
That's true. Yeah, he can pass it for sure.
He has a great arm, and he's very accurate with it too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think they're gonna win with a score of 40.
I think it'll be close, but I still give them at least a 2-score.
I don't think it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be 40-ish to 20-ish.
I think they'll have the lead and then they'll score a last minute touchdown that still just puts it out of reach for the Titans.
It'd be like 31-21. I think is what I think will happen.
I lean more towards that prediction.
Yeah.
Yeah. John, what do you think? Tennessee Titans versus the Baltimore Ravens.
I think the Ravens will take this one.
Okay.
Now, there's a reason for that.
All right.
I love this reasoning. I can't wait to hear it.
reasoning.
I can't wait to hear it.
So, the symbolism of a raven. When you see a raven, it symbolizes that something bad's going to happen to you or you're going to become ill.
Okay.
Okay, so they already got that going. That, the Titans, they've seen the Ravens. They're on their way there. Someone's going to get injured. Bet you $10 someone's going to get injured in that game off from the Titans.
Okay.
Okay? And ravens also represent prophecy. So they already know how that game's going to turn out. And so even if they did see, into the future, something going wrong for them, they can change it because they know
You got that
ravens
Ravens
are going to take it.
And they have that movie based off
Have
of...
you ever seen Game of Thrones?
Yeah, I have.
The Raven.
Luke's just wondering, what the crap is he talking about? I kind of understand, yeah. All right,
Game of Thrones, there's dragons.
So that's a unanimous
It's true.
four
Luke,
player
I'm with
sway.
you on this. I have no clue. I don't know anything about the Game of Thrones, to be honest.
Apparently there's ravens in it.
Okay.
It's a good show, as long as, certain things are in the show.
show.
Everyone always asks me about it on Tuesday nights. I'm just like, you should watch it.
Yeah.
But all right, so unanimous four-way sway. We're all picking the Ravens here. Should be a good show regardless. Other AFC matchup we're going to have, it's going to be the Houston Texans visiting the Chiefs. Who do you think gets the win there?
I'm going with the Chiefs.
Yeah?
The Texans did not look great. I mean, I guess
They played the Bills.
They
The
were
Bills have
playing
a
the
solid
Bills.
defense.
but they put up 0 in the first half.
That's true.
And then the Bills just kind of collapsed. Like the win was more of a Bills loss.
Right. Yeah, I definitely I'm going to side with you on that one because again, if you perform that way, Patrick Mahomes is going to put up 30 on you before the half, and you're not coming back from that deficit. So I will be pulling for the Texans, but the wise decision is picking the Chiefs at home to win that game. How about you, Kevin?
Yeah, I definitely agree with you guys on this. I'm going with the Chiefs. I think Mahomes is going to throw Travis Kelce at least 10 to 15 times.
Yep.
Maybe just in the first half alone. So
By the
he's
way,
going to be his primary weapon the whole time.
Sidebar really quick. Travis Kelce was a top 5 receiver this year.
Yep.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Out
Continue.
of all wide receivers, running backs,
Yes.
tight ends. Oh wow.
Yeah. He was like, I think it was like 1,300-ish yards. I can't remember for sure. It might have been more.
Something to know about for next
Yeah,
season.
for a tight end,
fantasy
that's
football.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's why I lean towards the Chiefs. I can't see them like stopping that potent offense of the Chiefs.
Yep. All right. How about you, John?
Boys, we're all anonymous again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you say anonymous?
What I meant to say?
I thought he meant
Synonymous, maybe? I don't know.
unanimous.
Yeah,
Unanimous.
there you go.
Unanimous.
I thought you were just being silly.
We're all anonymous.
Isn't he always silly?
I
though?
wasn't. That
He
wasn't
is.
silly. That was just stupid.
That's what we prefer. I'll take stupid over silly any day.
All right.
So although Texans have guns and natives have bows and arrows and spears, you got to think about it. This is a team of just the Chiefs. Those were the greatest warriors of each tribe.
Mhm.
And they don't have guns, but they're better at like guerrilla warfare. They're going to kill the Texans.
True. All
They're
right.
going to take it.
All right, there we go. That's our second pick for the week, or for next weekend, I should say. All right, the third matchup we currently have, it's going to be the Vikings visiting the 49ers, the number 1 seed. Do you think the Vikings, if they perform the way they do you think they can get another upset against the 49ers in San Francisco?
I don't know. Like, I mean, at this point, it's so easy to go with the top team, but it hasn't worked out yet. Like, the lower seed keeps winning.
That's true.
So,
Well, aside from the Texans.
They had the same record, though, so I
did
feel like
upset
it's
the Bills.
even. It feels,
okay, let's preface that, though. The Bills were the better team for the season.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah. And they lost.
But I mean, you're talking strictly seeding.
No.
is-
I mean that almost figuratively. What I mean is the worst team has won
getting
each
the-
game.
okay.
Yeah. So the Texans beat the Bills even though
Right.
they kind of shouldn't have. The Titans beat the Patriots even though they kind of shouldn't have.
Right.
And then the Vikings beat the Saints even though they kind of shouldn't have.
All right.
So I don't know. I am always leaning towards the 49ers, but if it follows this pattern, the Vikings are going to win. I'm going to go with the 49ers still just because I think the Vikings are way too prone to like collapsing, and I don't think the 49ers collapse as much.
Yeah, I mean, for as much as the Saints have a good defense at home, and granted, they did step up, I mean, aside from that game-winning touchdown that cost them the game, but, I don't know what the heck happened, man. Drew Brees, I think the offense is what actually cost them the game because they kept putting the defense out too much, and it was just wear and tear at that point. But I think I wouldn't be surprised if Minnesota upsets, but I would still stick with the 49ers because they definitely have a top-ranked defense up there with Baltimore and all the other top defenses of the season.
Yeah.
So I don't see Kirk Cousins being able to get enough pass protection from when he has Bosa and all these other people rushing him, and then if he has to throw panicked, like Richard Sherman was up there for top defensive player of the year. So
Yeah.
it's going to be a hard-fought road game. Can they do it? Yes. Will they? To be TBD.
Yeah.
What about you, Kevin?
all right, so I also lean 49ers. So not just for defense, but their offense, they've really stepped up in the last few weeks. Not just George Kittle. This rookie wide receiver Deebo Samuel, I had him on my fantasy team. He really lit up the scoreboard, especially in the final week of the season against the Seahawks for the division title.
Yeah.
So I really see those three guys. Samuel, Kittle, and Garoppolo, they're going to work together really well, and they're going to mesh well in the playoffs. I don't see like playoff pressure getting to them. Like they're all like in their first playoff appearance. I don't care. That's going to be they're going to light up the scoreboard. And as for like the defense, like you said before, they have great defense. That was the third best in fantasy as well. So I'd go 49ers all the way because they're better offensively and defensively in my opinion.
John?
Interesting.
So Vikings versus 49ers.
So Vikings starts with a V. The flying V. Ducks.
Quack.
Mighty Ducks.
Flying V is a
Emilio
guitar shape.
Estevez, yes.
They always come out on top, the Mighty Ducks. So the Vikings are going to come out on top.
Oh, so John's picking the upset win here.
Interesting.
That would be crazy if they do that.
I would be happy because, again, I've talked about this on the podcast before. I like rooting for teams that don't have rings yet. So I'd be happy if they do. Like, I just don't see it happening. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
As much as I want them to get the upset win, that's going to be tough. But, hey, we'll see what happens. All right, and then so the last matchup, and this is going to be TBD as well, but it's either going to be the Eagles or the Seahawks visiting the Packers in Green Bay. So, John, congratulations. Your Packers actually got the number 2 seed. What do you think, Luke?
I'm going to go with Seahawks.
If the Seahawks go?
Yeah.
Okay. Because right now, currently, the Eagles are marching down the field, and they're already on the Seahawks side of the ball.
I pray that the Seahawks win this game.
If they don't, man.
If the Eagles make it to the Super Bowl, I'm gonna throw up.
I don't
I'm
know-
actually going to throw up.
Look, I don't think they'll make it to the Super Bowl, but I wouldn't be surprised if they got another upset win too. Because again, the Seahawks defense has been back and forth. I can't make heads or tails of them. They've been too inconsistent for me.
Yeah, but the Eagles.
They've been starting to get on a
The
hot streak,
Eagles
but once
are
it's gone,
only
that's the other thing.
no. The Eagles are only technically a playoff team.
Can you imagine Josh McCown starring quarterback for the Eagles in Super Bowl 54? No, absolutely not.
Dude, that'd be so horrible for Wentz because if another backup quarterback takes him to all the way and wins it, like he's got no job in Philly. Like they're gonna be calling for his retirement or
Yeah.
early on.
We'll
But-
take him.
All right, so yeah, so you're still picking the Seahawks if they go to visit Green Bay.
Yeah.
So you're picking Seahawks to win this and they'll take that game.
Yes, sir.
All right. I say if the Eagles go there, I don't see they're going to get another upset win like they did earlier on in the season. And if the Seahawks go, I don't see them getting a victory either. I'm going to stick with the home team and Packers on that game. What about you, Kevin?
So, it's easy for me to say Packers over Eagles if the Eagles win against the Seahawks.
Right.
But it's harder for me to pick between Packers and Seahawks if they're playing each other next week. But I think based off like how good the Seahawks looked before the end of the season, and like they went through a lot of injuries and running backs and whatnot. But I'd still go with the Green Bay Packers now, thinking it over.
Okay. So we got 2 for Green Bay, and that's regardless if it's Eagles or Seahawks, correct?
Yes.
All
The
right.
Seahawks have beast mode.
A washed up beast mode.
Oh.
Really.
Hey, he did well.
He did get a touchdown that last game. He
He-
just
They didn't get that last touchdown that could have sent them to the third seed instead and play the Vikings instead.
Yep.
Bill Wiesel won that one.
Yeah.
All right, John. So who do you think if it's the Eagles or the Seahawks visiting the Packers, who's getting the win?
So all jokes aside,
All right.
this one's a little more serious. I would love to see the Seahawks play the Packers
All right.
much more than the Eagles playing the Packers.
Amen.
So you're rooting against America.
Yeah, so I'm rooting for the Seahawks to go play the Packers.
Okay.
I'm a little split on that game. I am a Packers fan, but I don't know. I think it'd be cool to see it go either way.
Okay. So kind of an.
But for sure, the Packers playing the Seahawks.
all right. So
The
he's at
Eagles
least
will
predicting
go.
that. All right. Well, I think that about does it for us
I
here at
thought-
the Pack.
wait,
Oh,
hold on.
We got one more.
Yeah,
topic.
there was one more topic I wanted to get into.
where the heck did that come?
I put it there on the last part. Like
Yeah.
I was gonna add. I had this topic on there the whole time.
You
It was
just
the last
wrote
topic.
it on there right now.
No, I did not.
I know. You can
No,
everything.
it was there for a podcast. I wrote it down there because I have a game I want to play. So there was an article I found last night about there's an article about predicting the next 10 World Series winners. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell you the losing team for the next 10 seasons of the World Series of what they predicted. You have to guess what the winning team is.
Okay.
All right. So 2020, the Braves are the losing team in the World Series.
Okay.
Who do you think
Houston.
the winning team is?
You said Houston.
Yeah. Aren't the Braves on the?
The Braves are the losing team. Who do you think the winning team
No,
is?
but I'm just talking about the 2 different conferences, right? They're not in the same.
Yeah, they're not in the same.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd pick the right team. I think Houston can go back.
I'm gonna go with the Red Sox.
All right. John, do you have one? You have a guess?
No, I'm gonna listen to this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you both are wrong. It's the Yankees.
Okay. Okay. I can believe it.
Okay. Because they signed Garrett Cole. All right.
Yeah.
2021. The losing team is the Padres.
That's a stretch. I don't know about that. Let's go
Padres
with the
are
White
big.
Sox.
I'm not picking the Angels no matter how many, because they're not picking up pitchers yet. Let's see.
They're not even gonna be on this list.
Yeah. Let's see. I will pick and we're still on the American League side. Frick. Just go. I don't know that many teams.
All right, the Yankees again.
I don't
No,
think so.
I don't. They keep picking the Yankees. I'm not seeing them.
The
in
White Sox are looking good. And we'll talk about that some other podcast, but they have a
Well, actually,
good
we'll talk
team
about
set.
it. We'll
Sox
talk,
are nice and
they're going to
clean.
be okay. I'll say this right now. They are on this list. Okay.
That's
All
good.
right. 2022, the losing team, and this might surprise you, Luke and Dylan, the Angels.
there. They're not making
Huge
it.
surprise.
Let's go with the Dodgers.
Yeah,
winning team.
Dodgers.
Let's go with anybody.
You're right. It's
Yeah.
the Dodgers. This one says, by this point, Mookie Betts and Cody Bellinger may be leading them. So we might. So I don't know if we'll
Mookie
see.
Betts on the Dodgers. Oh, we'll see about that.
That'll be interesting. All
That'd be
right.
cool though.
All right. 2023, the losing team is the White Sox.
Okay.
Dodgers again. I'm just gonna keep picking Dodgers.
Who is stacked for the future? Let's
Jesus.
He said.
Boy, I do not know. Let's go with the Braves again.
You're right, Lucas.
Yeah?
It is the Braves.
Hey.
So they might. So Ron Acuna Jr. might lead this team to a World Series eventually. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right, 2024 losing team is the Dodgers.
That'll be to the Angels.
It's gonna be the Astros.
You're wrong. It's the Blue Jays, the Toronto Blue Jays.
Okay, yeah, they have some young talent there.
Guerrero Jr., Bo Bichette, Kevin Biggio, they might do it.
Yeah.
All right, 2025. This will be the most random one, but fair warning. But this one, the losing team is once again the Angels.
Let's go with the Pirates.
49ers.
The A's.
Pittsburgh Pirates.
You say the A's?
They're in the same division as the Angels. They can't pick that one. Do you have an
I'm
actual
just messing around this time.
All right, here we go. The Miami Marlins.
Oh my god.
Where the crap
Speculation that it's
Out of nowhere. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
What the heck? Okay.
2026. The losing team is the Mets.
And that's National League, correct?
Yes.
Well, it's been a while. Let's go with the Yankees.
It's been a while.
5 years. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other good American teams, and all that keeps coming to me is our conference. I don't know. Skip me.
All right. Red Sox.
Okay.
So they.
Yeah, I
so
can see that.
They,
Yankees
yeah.
or Red Sox, either way.
I mean, they gotta get one this decade in 2020s anyway. Eventually, right? So
Yeah.
yeah. 2027. The losing team is the Brewers.
Let's go. Oh, this is tough.
Yeah, these one. Yeah, they get harder as the years go
Yeah,
on.
because
don't
I
they?
mean, it's so far in the future that nobody's going to be on the same team anymore.
except Mike Trout.
Let's go with the Angels. Yeah.
It's the Cleveland Indians. They've had I believe they had the longest championship drought in the, if not Major League Baseball, at least the American League. So
The longest what?
the longest championship drought in,
Oh,
at least the American League, if not
Okay,
all MLB
yeah.
right now. All right, 2028. The Oakland Athletics are the losing team.
Oh, thank God. It's always good when Oakland loses.
Let's stick with the theme and go with another same city series. Let's go with the Giants.
It's not the Giants. It's
No.
The Cubs.
It is the Cubs.
Hey, you got one.
So we might see. I don't know. They could win another one this century. That'd be crazy to see that. I think that'd be awesome. All right, the last one, 2029. Losing team is the Orioles.
Oh, let's go with a team we haven't said yet. I'm going to go with
The Royals.
the Cardinals.
That's it. It's the
Oh,
Cardinals.
wow,
Yeah,
nice.
you guys did pretty good on this one. I'm surprised. I thought you
For the ones I actually participated in.
well, yeah, because you picked Dodgers, obviously. But yeah. I mean, this is actually an interesting list. I don't think anything's gonna come true. So like,
Yeah,
I think they're
there's
definitely
a lot
going to be
of
wrong on every
speculation.
single one of them.
if the Yankees ever make a World Series this decade, if the Yankees make a World Series this decade, we need to go watch it
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
live, like in Angel Stadium.
Oh, you know how much
Tickets-
that would cost?
We're
I mean,
hitting
talking-
nosebleeds for sure.
We're talking probably $500 a ticket for bad seats.
Yep. Well, hey, my
If this podcast gets popular enough,
my
be able to
grandmother's a
afford it.
season
Hey.
ticket holder, so I might be able to get it for free. How about you guys?
I don't think so.
No?
I do have.
For free?
I don't-
No way.
That
they're,
don't apply for
they're not gonna.
the
They're
World
not gonna
Series,
get
no way.
tickets for free in the postseason.
I
It
have.
doesn't count for that?
I can't imagine.
We'll see.
I have a
It's too big
connection.
of a moneymaker.
Yeah.
I remember I do have a connection
mom.
I have a connection with someone like at RCC, like I get like 2 front row seats. I was gonna invite one of you guys to go with me, but I never had time to go by myself. So
Yeah. All right. Well, now that that's all said, I won't cut off the podcast early. Now it's actually the end. So thank you for listening to this episode. We hope you enjoyed it, and hope to be hearing from you guys soon.
Have a happy new year and a happy new decade.
see you
day.
guys.
Later.